We owe it all to Andy Warhol and to Anita Bryant.
Hello and welcome to the Tour Project. I'm Project Manager Eric Solomon. For this stop on the tour, navigate to the queer intersection of 10th and Piedmont, home to the Rainbow Crosswalks. The Rainbow Crosswalks were temporarily installed in 2015 during Atlanta Pride Week. In 2017, the City of Atlanta announced that those Rainbow Crosswalks would become a permanent fixture. The decision came 1 year after 49 people were killed at Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida, a devastating tragedy for this country and specifically for the LGBTQIA+ community. This queer intersection at 10th and Piedmont remains an active hub for the LGBTQIA+ community in Atlanta. Within walking distance of the Rainbow Crosswalks are the restaurants 10th and Piedmont, Zocalo's, and Henry's, which continue to welcome members of our community. For this stop on the tour, I want to highlight two businesses, one of which is still in operation, within close proximity to this queer intersection of 10th and Piedmont. The first is Blake's on the Park, described as Atlanta's neighborhood gay bar. It's located at 227 10th Street, Northeast Atlanta, Georgia, 30309. Blake's on the Park has been in operation for 32 years. In January of 2020, Blake's on the Park proposed a partial rebuild, including a new back deck with a pergola, according to What Now Atlanta. The second is 991 Piedmont Avenue Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30309. This is the former site of Outwrite Bookstore and Coffee House. Philip Rafshoon owned and operated Outwrite Bookstore and Coffee House, a landmark welcoming space for Atlanta residents and an unofficial LGBT community center. Outwrite was open from 1993 to 2012. Outwrite first opened in a 1,000 square foot space in the Midtown Promenade Shopping Center before moving to 10th and Piedmont. Rafshoon, in a 2015 Art Atlanta interview with Jim Farmer, described choosing the intersection as a site for Outwrite this way. People said I was crazy to move there, he recalls. But I saw a way to turn this into a living, breathing intersection. Rafshoon reflected in a 2014 interview with Creative Loafing about the replacements for the community at 10th and Piedmont. He stated, "At the same time, what went into the spot where Outwrite Books was now is a nice bar and a restaurant called 10th and Piedmont that really caters to the LGBT community. Down the street, there's Henry's, which is a restaurant bar that caters to our community. So it still seems to be ground zero, and I think it's the best next thing to having a bookstore there." Here's Dave Hayward with more on the queer intersection of 10th and Piedmont.
The intersection of 10th and Piedmont has always been a focal point of the LGBTQ community. So, as I said, I've lived here since about 1972, and that was always one of the epicenters. One of the first places in Atlanta where there could be openly LGBTQ businesses. There always have been bars there, and that was the former site of Outwrite Books at the corner of 10th and Piedmont. And Blake's is around the corner there now. There's 10th and Piedmont, the restaurant, and it was one of that and the intersection of La Vista Road and Cheshire Bridge Road, the two places that I know of where there could be openly LGBTQ businesses and bars, and that basically us stepping forward into the light.
Thank you for joining us on this stop of the Tour Project. For more information, visit tourqueeratlanta.org. That's TUOR queeratlanta.org.